Hello and welcome to my painting video. In this video I'll be painting a Necromantic Horror Flesh Golem. This is the second model I'm painting of the excellent Necromantic Horror Blood Bowl team. The Flesh Golem is a cool Frankenstein monster and a good opportunity to try out some different skin tones. Let's dig in, shall we? I'm going to try 3 different skin tones here. After priming the model with Wraithbone, I start base coating the pale skin with Rakarth Flesh. The dark skin I base coat with Rhinox Hide. And for fun, I wanted the golem to have an orc foot, so I base coat here with Ork Flesh. Lastly, I coat the skull face with Skeleton Horde. When this is all dry, I wash all the skin with Reikland Fleshshade. Now I will focus on the pale skin. First, I relayer the Rakarth Flesh on the raised areas. And highlight the skin with Flayed One Flesh. Now on to the dark skin. I layer this with Mournfang Brown. And I give a highlight of Skrag Brown. The orc skin I highlight with some Moot Green. Lastly, I highlight the skull face with Ushabti Bone. I try to find a way to paint different skin tones with just a few steps. Of course, there are a lot of variations you can do here, so try to experiment. My favorite part of the model is the exposed brain for sure. This I base coat with Volupus Pink. It already looks great, but I will paint the raised areas with Emperor's Children just to make it look a bit more pink. Lastly, I watered down some blood for the blood god and I painted on the brain. This will make the brain look gross and shiny. The black cloth will be painted the same way as I did with the werewolf, because of course they are wearing the same uniform. First I base coat with black Templar. Then I highlight the cloth with Celestra Grey. Next I base coat the orange part of the uniform with Gryph-Hound Orange. And highlight with Fire Dragon Bright. The Flesh Golem is really missing the orange shirt, but he is still wearing the basics of the uniform regardless. On to the armor plates, which will also be painted the same way as the werewolf. First, I base coat with Leviadon Blue. I highlight the armor with Thunderhawk Blue. Here I try to make the highlight a little bit thicker. The last highlight is Hoeth Blue. Here I will try thinner lines so the Thunderhawk Blue is still visible. The Flesh Golem has some metal parts scattered on him. This I base coat with Leadbelcher. And give a wash of Nuln Oil. Finally, I highlight with Stormhost Silver. I really like the shade of this armor, and it goes very well with the orange and black uniform. Let's have a look at some of the small details. First, I base coated all the details back with Wraithbone. The stitches are painted with Skeleton Horde. All the wood is painted with Gore-Grunta Fur. And the ropes and leather straps are painted with Wildwood. The tube that goes into the brain is given a coat of Plaguebearer Flesh. and a wash of Biel-Tan Green. The light bulb on top of the brain is painted with Iyanden Yellow contrast paint. The eyes are painted with Evil Sunz Scarlet and given a wash of Carroburg Crimson. In my last video, I forgot to film myself finishing the base. To rectify that, here's how I did it. First, I apply Armageddon dust with my sculpting tool. Then I add grass by putting some PVC glue on the base. I did leave some spots uncovered to simulate the field being heavily used. Apply the grass on the base. Wait a bit and tap all the excess grass off the base. Finally, I paint the rim of the base with Steel Legion Drab. And here we have a Flesh Golem, crafted together with whatever unholy magic, given life by the dark arts of necromancy, and given the strength of eldritch powers, only to play some Blood Bowl. It's a fun model to paint and gives room to experiment with some different skin tones. I'll be back with my next video where I'll paint one of the zombies of this fun Halloween themed team. Thanks for watching!